welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're peeling back the layers on a figure many of us think we know, Anubis. But maybe not like this. If you picture him, overseeing the whole weighing of the heart Judgment Day stuff, get ready for something, well, completely different.
Exactly. We've got some fascinating source material here, excerpts from a text, Anubis, Guide to the Realm of Sleep. And it paints a radically different picture.
Radically different how?
Well, it pretty much strips away that whole judicial role, this Anubis, the guide. He's not about finality. He's presented as this soothing presence, focused purely on comfort, really. Psychological, spiritual comfort during a transition.
Okay, so our mission today is to unpack that vision, this kind of surprisingly gentle take.
Yeah.
We want to dive into how the text frames him. It's almost like a shortcut to understanding how solace, maybe more than structure, could be seen in these ancient beliefs.
And the starting point is key.
Where does it begin?
It's not the tomb. It's that intimate moment, when consciousness just starts to shift. The text says it begins when you close your eyes and drift into the realm of sleep.
In the world of dreams.
Exactly. And linking sleep with the underworld like that, that's the theological linchpin here.
How so?
It immediately reframes sleep itself. It's not just rest. It's a temporary journey, a sort of minor death, you could almost say.
A practice run.
Kind of. It prepares us for the bigger transition. It elevates just resting into something spiritual, a guided movement.
Interesting. Okay, so let's get into section 1 then. The arrival of the unseen guide. If this Anubis is all about peace, how does he actually show up?
Well, that's the thing. The text introduces him really subtly, not with trumpets or anything. He's called the unseen visitor.
Unseen? But isn't he supposed to be guiding? Why unseen?
It's fascinating how the text manages expectations there, isn't it? Traditionally, Anubis is visually striking, imposing even.
Right, the jackal head.
Yeah.
Very iconic.
Very. But here, in this context of sleep, vulnerability, the source says he is shrouded in a sense of mystery and peace.
Okay.
Being unseen is actually crucial. Seeing him might provoke fear, right when calm is needed most. He needs to bring comfort, not awe.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like, it's an ant spectacle.
Yeah.
He's not there to be looked at, but to be felt, trusted.
Precisely. Like a quiet, dependable presence arriving when you're overwhelmed. You feel them before you see them.
Yeah.
And this is amplified because it relies so much on sound. The source tells the listener specifically to hear his voice soothing.
So the first contact is auditory.
Yes. Delivering the whispers of comfort. Pure non-visual reassurance. Think about it if you're scared in the dark. What calms you fastest?
But a familiar voice, a calm voice.
Exactly. A trusted voice. The text understands that when your eyes are closed, your ears are your main pathway to feeling safe. And this guide uses sound to promise safety for the journey.
Okay, so the presence is gentle, the voice is soothing. What's he actually doing then? This shifts it from who he is to what his function is. Which brings us to section 2, the journey of the soul and the Tranquil Passage. If he's not weighing the heart, what is his, job description in this realm?
His role is defined purely by action, the journey of the soul. He is, and the text is clear, the one who guides the departed.
Guides them.
Guides them. The big difference here is he's not checking your papers, so to speak. He's not judging your life. He's just ensuring safe travel.
So he's like the ultimate spiritual navigator.
Exactly. Focused on the movement, the kinetics, not the morality of the passenger.
That distinction, navigation versus judgment, feels really important.
Yeah.
Especially if you think about Egyptian ideas like the Ba, the soul aspect that could travel.
Yes.
This realm of sleep suddenly fits, doesn't it? It's a journey the soul takes, maybe regularly, and Anubis is just the reliable security detail.
That's a great way to put it. The text definitely treats this passage as a guaranteed safe route. And if he's guiding, where is he guiding to?
Right, the destination.
The sources describe it as a glimpse of the afterlife. But what's really striking is the quality of that glimpse.
Which is?
A sense of calm. Just calm. Not heavenly choirs, not fiery pits. Just an absence of stress.
That's interesting. Why focus so much on a tranquil passage? If the afterlife is supposed to be better, why emphasize the journey itself?
Good question. I think it's because one of the deepest human fears isn't necessarily the destination, but the process, the transition itself.
The vulnerability, the loss of control.
Exactly, the unknown mechanics of it all. So by really stressing a tranquil passage, the source is guaranteeing that the actual act of moving on is smooth, friction-free.
So Anubis absorbs the fear of the journey.
He removes the logistical fear. He's the calm pilot, ensuring the process is a blessing, not some kind of trial. He handles the turbulence, so you don't have to worry about how you're getting there.
It's like he's the answer to that deep anxiety about letting go.
He is. And removing that friction, that logistical worry, leads us straight into the emotional comfort he provides.
Which, brings us perfectly into section 3. This part seems to focus entirely on psychological, emotional relief. It's not just about the journey anymore, it's about the traveler's inner state. Let's unpack this idea of the burden listed.
This is really the therapeutic core, I think. Anubis isn't just moving the soul, he's actively cleansing its emotional state before it even arrives anywhere.
How does it describe that?
The text says, the worries are fading. And when it talks about burdens, it doesn't seem to mean just sin, like in the traditional judgment sense.
So what kind of worries?
It feels more like the accumulated weight of living, daily anxieties, emotional baggage, maybe even just existential dread.
Wow. So he's lifting the weight of memory, of anxiety itself, making the soul light enough for the passage. That sounds like profound grace, unconditional.
It really does. And if he's dealing with that level of vulnerability, the main thing he has to offer must be safety, security. And it is. The guide provides the promise of rest. And it's delivered with absolute certainty. The text actually gives Anubis specific words here, the defining words. Hear his words, you are safe.
You are safe.
Just like that. Just like that. It's the ultimate assurance, isn't it? It diffuses all that anxiety of surrender and turns it into a moment of absolute security. And it's not conditional. There are no ifs or buts.
No prerequisites. None whatsoever.
And what I find really powerful is how the source grounds this huge spiritual safety in something almost physical. It talks about the embrace of solace.
Yes.
Where a warmth spreads through the soul. It connects that cosmic promise from the guide to a really primal, relatable feeling, like being held, comforted.
That warmth is the physical proof, you could say. The somatic evidence that the promise you are safe has been kept, and the burden really is gone.
You feel it.
You feel it. You experience that peace because you've trusted the guide. And this interpretation, it just perfectly sums up his identity in this context. Not defined by power over the dead.
But by his ability to comfort the living and the transitioning. The text concludes simply, this is Anubis. He brings peace.
So what does this all mean for us then? This deep dive, it really shows how even these huge ancient figures, these archetypes, can be completely redefined by the lens you look through.
Absolutely.
This source material takes Anubis, often seen as the steward of finality, and reframes him as the essence of ultimate unconditional relief, guidance, which is, well, it's a pretty surprising perspective for many people.
It really is. And this analysis kind of forces us to maybe redefine our own concepts of death, of transition.
How so?
Well, when you view them through this particular lens, through this specific type of guide, they stop being moments of scary accountability. Instead, they become moments guaranteed by what the text calls the eternal blessing of peace.
It turns the god of death into the god of tranquility.
In this interpretation, yes, the ultimate manifestation of calm.
And that transformation, that reframing, it brings up a question, I think, for you, the listener, to maybe reflect on after this dive. If a guide to the ultimate unknown, to the afterlife, or even just deep sleep, is described only by his power to grant safety and lift burdens, what assumptions do you hold about rest, about guidance in your own life?
That's a deep question.
What figure, or maybe what concept, or even just a practice, what brings you that necessary unconditional embrace of solace when things feel heavy, when you feel that weight? And maybe what does that choice reveal about your own path towards peace?
It seems the search for that gentle guide, that psychopomp who brings comfort, is, well, it's timeless, isn't it?
It really seems to be a truly profound area to explore further.
Indeed.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive. We'll see you next time.